Okay, I guess I am officially live here, and I wanted to speak to what I see going on, and I'm going to click here so that my portfolio is showing up on my screen. And as I woke up, or as I went to bed last night, yesterday I had been down $30,000. And then this morning I woke up, or not woke up, but as the market opened, I was down another 20. So that basically meant I had lost $50,000 over the last day and a half. And my portfolio actually sunk under $800,000. So I was down a cumulative total of over $200,000. I felt a need to come on and go live, not because I have the answer to this, not because I believe that I can tell you what is going to happen from here, but only because I've been through this before. And I think if I found myself in a hurricane and I had never been in a hurricane before, I think the most valuable information I could acquire would be from someone who had experienced a hurricane before, and that's why I came on live. I've been here. I know what's going on, and I felt compelled to share my thoughts. It's funny as I look at my portfolio here in front of me right now. Everything was red except DDD, which was up 17%. And I looked to see why it was up 17%, and it was because they reported their earnings and they had good earnings. And I thought, well, what is that telling me? And I thought, well, I think what it's telling me is I've got some good stocks. They're just in some bad times. And can that give me some guidance? And I think it can. I think that I am confident, and I have shared this with y'all before, that I'm in the right place for Kerry. I'm in the right place for the stocks that I want to own in the future. And when I say that, what I'm and I'm accused of being repetitive. When I say that, I want to emphasize that my portfolio is not built for today. Obviously, just looking at it right now, I'm down $5,400, about 0.7%. It's not built for today. My portfolio is built for tomorrow, and I keep going back to why am I confident that I have a portfolio that is built for tomorrow? Because I've put in the work. You see my desk. You see the number of books that I have read in the last year, and they're all focused on one thing, and that is what is the future going to look like, and specifically on my passion, and that is finding a cure for cancer. And you all know why that's important to me. I lost my mother to cancer. I keep this. Oh my God! I keep this right in my drawer. That's a picture of her headstone. Um, it says Catherine Grinkmeyer, born in October 3rd, 1921, and she died on July 14th, 1953. I actually had not seen this headstone until I would guess somewhere in around 2007. We just never talked about it. And so don't want to get emotional. And then I lost my daughter to cancer. So that's my passion. That's what I work a lot of time on, figuring out what's going to happen in this world relative to cancer. and what I can do to promote. And part of what I do to promote to find a cure for cancer is talk about biotech stocks. I just don't believe, as I did in a video, I guess it was yesterday, I think it was called the colors of CRISPR are changing. I don't believe that 99% of the world. I jokingly said in that video, if you went to the grocery store and you ask 100 people what CRISPR was, they'd send you to the cracker aisle. And until there is a general knowledge of what CRISPR is, what genome therapy is, what genome sequencing is, until that general knowledge exists, it isn't going to happen the way I want it to happen. No more than the internet just exploded and took off. I keep going back to go find a chart of Amazon and Apple and see that Amazon went from something like $108 a share down to the teens because people didn't know what it was, and people gave up on it, and people went through times like today and said, this is exploding, this is a hurricane and I'm going to get killed. And that's exactly what's happening. And as a result of the fact that there are a lot of amateur investors in the market right now, they're saying, I don't belong here. Guess who's talking to them? I've talked about it enough. It's their roommate in their head that's saying, get the hell out. And if it's a man, their wife is saying, you fool, you don't know what you're doing, get out. I saw in the Discord, Judy said, maybe I need to go on vacation and not look at the stock market. Judy, I don't suggest you do that. Hiding your head under the pillow isn't going to make you a smarter investor. What will make you a smarter investor is to watch this closely, see what's happening, try to come to some understanding of what's happening. And why do you want to know that? Because so the next time it happens, you know what's going to happen next. I know. I mean, well, let me look at this. This is just to get a reading on it. Apple is down almost 2%. Amazon actually is up a bit of a percent. Where is Google? Google's down over 1.5%. That's today. Do you really believe that these are stocks that aren't going to survive and aren't going to provide you the kind of returns that you want? Whereas Tesla down 1.25%. Its price is down to 620. I think it's been over $800 a share. Square is down. These are all companies that none of us believe are going to disappear. None of us believe that they are going to not be here in the next 6 months. So why are we really concerned about it? Now, I did see on Squawk Box this morning. I don't know who it was. No, it was on after Squawk Box. It was with David. David Favor made the mistake or made the statement that, yeah, I remember back in the .com bubble, there were many of the stocks who came to market during the .com bubble just never came back. After the bubble burst, they disappeared. Well, do I have any stocks in my portfolio that I believe might just disappear when the dust settles and this is all over? Yeah, I believe there's some of them that will fold their tent and say we made a good go of it. We tried, but we failed. But do I believe it's companies like Square or Pacific Bioscience or Illumina? No, I don't believe it's them. Who could it be? It could be one of the green stocks I have right now, ASXC. It's not a big company. Its share price right now is $1.68. Could that disappear? Yeah, it could. Am I willing to take a chance that I'll be okay and that and I won't? Well, I've got about $5,000 in it. Am I willing to lose that $5,000 on a bet that maybe, just maybe, it could go to $16.87? Yeah, I'm willing to risk that. But am I willing to risk $30,000 on it? No, I'm not. So I'm not overextended in it. I've got in DDD $15,700. It's up 26% today. Why is that? Why is DDD up? Forget that they had good earnings. Forget that they had that they had a good quarter. The reality is 3D printing is going to be a part of our lives. I've seen, I hope you have seen, one of you sent me a link to a video showing 3D homes being printed out of concrete. That's amazing. That is, am I going to be building 3D homes on my lots out here? I don't know. I may. I read articles about 3D printing in the textile industry. Hell, my granddaughter's going to SCAD next year, and her study is in fabrics. Yeah. What does that mean? Well, I suspect she's going to be exposed to 3D printing. And I asked her, are we talking about clothes here? She said, no. She calls me Poppy. The Poppy, fabrics include carbon fiber. Your bicycle is made out of carbon fiber. Okay, yeah. I just saw something on this whatever this device they have on the moon right now, and they were showing this little helicopter that is flying around, and they were talking about the helicopter had to be designed differently because the air density on Mars is so different than the air density in the United States, and these propellers had to be extremely light, and in order for it to fly. And they showed that the interior of the helicopter twirly thing was made out of a very light styrofoam, and then they weaved a carbon fiber cover over it. And I think it was Anderson Cooper picked it up and said, it doesn't weigh anything. That's where we're going. What I just saw there was a glimpse into the future. And what I'm telling you is this stock market that we're dealing with today. Oh my God, I'm green. I'm up $1,500 today. This stock market doesn't know about it. If you go to the wherever you go that you can be around people who know anything about the stock market, and ask them about 3D printing, ask them about CRISPR, ask them about genome sequencing. They won't know anything about it. So that's the market you're dealing with. And again, I'm assuming that your portfolio is reflective of mine. And I'm trying to give you some insights as to, I guess what I'm trying to do is share my past experience. I've been through hurricanes before. I've been through the dot-com bubble. Never forget where and I it's almost as if I've had the same conversation before. Um, a conversation I had when right after the dot-com bubble with an investor, someone who had moved to me and wanted to. When he came, he says, "I need to take advantage. I need to get my retirement funds into this dot-com thing. I need to be in computer technology, and I need to be in there." And we had a fund called Strategy Aggressive, and it was damned aggressive. And so he has a big holding in it, and it crashed. I mean, it came down like what we're seeing. And he said to me, he was sitting across a very probably a 3.5 foot round table. I was on one side, he was on the other. He said, if I was half a man, I'd come across the table and beat the shit out of you. And I said, why? He said, because you didn't protect me from this crash in the market. Well, no, I didn't, because he insisted that's where he wanted his money. I saw the same thing in the subprime crisis, and the real tragedy of these is those who don't have a choice, those whose investments in the dot-com bubble crashed and they needed the money this week. Those people in the subprime crisis who couldn't make their mortgage payment because they had overextended themselves and they lost their home. That's the tragedy. The tragedy doesn't hit the person who survives. They survive. They come out the other side wounded, hurt, but this is it. They learn from it and they move on. I just want to just totally emphasize to you that put aside what is happening right now. This is an event, and I keep telling you that events drive the market. Well, what happened to make this happen? Well, we had a cyber attack, and a cyber attack that is threatening the price of oil, and that we're going into the summer, and all you got to do is turn on the TV, and they're going to tell you how terrible the world is and how you are vulnerable and everything is going to be bad and interest rates are going to go up, and the cost of lumber. Well, I remember 2 weeks ago it was up 200%. Now it's up 500%. And how is it I know that? Well, I knew it was up 200% when my builder told me, the next time you sell that house there, don't put a price of 435,000 on it. Put a price of 500,000 on it, because the price of lumber up. Is the price of lumber going to stay up? Why is the price of lumber up? Tell me. Why is the price of lumber up? Because there are guys out in the forest cutting trees down. They've been quarantined, so they aren't cutting trees down. So if they aren't cutting trees down, they aren't making 2x4s, and they aren't making 4x8 sheets of plywood. Is that going to last forever? No. It's a temporary event. Will my house that I sold for 435,000 and now I got to ask 450? If I wait 6 months and the lumber business comes back, will it still be? No. It's only the cost of lumber has only gone up 500% if I buy any lumber. But if I don't buy any lumber, it isn't up, at least not for me. So, yeah, the demand is up, but more importantly, the supply is down. Okay? So put things into perspective. This will all change. This will all come back. if you've got any cash, now is the time to buy. Now is the time to step in and buy. I again made a mistake, and that is that of this house that I sold, I've got my own money tied up in it. I chose not to borrow, and I put my money in it. So I've got 400,000, or actually 300,000 of my money in it. I'll make a substantial profit. I'm hoping to close on June the 1st. And so part of my mind says, hey, I hope the market stays down. I hope the market stays down until June the 15th, when I'll have that $400,000 in the market, because this is an enormous buying opportunity. If I could move the closing up to May 11th, would I do it? You bet I would, but I can't. Am I going to go and buy on margin to buy into this? Hell no. Why? Why wouldn't I buy on margin to do? Because that's a risk I'm not willing to take. The risk is not worth the reward. I could really cash in, but this could go down further, and I could start losing sleep over it. Right now, I'm not losing sleep over it, and that's important to me. It's important to me that I do not cue the unwanted roommate that's still living somewhere in the back of my head to say, okay, Kerry just did something really stupid, and now's the time to come forth and really beat him up for doing something stupid. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself in that position. I can survive what is going on. I do not need this money. I do not need it. And I hope you are in a similar position, that you don't need it. And then you go back and you look at every stock you hold and you ask yourself, why did I buy this? Why did I buy it? And why do I own it? And if you can tell yourself why you bought it and why you own it and what your knowledge base tells you is going to happen next, then you're okay. You're okay. But if you said, I bought this because a talking head on YouTube told me to, then you got to question your sanity. If you just took that talking head, and I'm going to really hit you in the nose here. Mike Tyson made the statement, you know when you're in a fight when the first time you get hit in the nose. Well, I'm going to hit you in the nose here. I have probably put in front of you 12 books that I've told you need to read. If you haven't read any of them, get out of the stock market. Get out. Because you aren't willing to put the work forward to be successful. Get out. And I mean that. Sell everything today, because you're playing like an idiot. If you aren't willing to educate yourself, if you aren't willing to become the smartest guy in the room, and you just depend on me to tell you what to do, screw you. Get out of my face. I am not a genius. God did not send me to you. No, he did not. God gave you a brain. God gave you the intuition to come meet me, to take from me what I'm willing to give you as a part of your learning. But don't blame me for your stupidity. And I say that not, and again, I'm Mike Tyson, and I just hit you in the face. And I'm happy I did. Nita and I had this discussion. Go GTFO, you stupid fuck. Go away, scene. You're one of the people who aren't willing. Screw you. Oh, oga yuglaga. Go away. You are scene. You want to know who the stupid fuck is? Get a mirror. I don't want to be a part of this game where I don't want to be a part of this game where people expect other people to provide them all their knowledge. I don't want to be a part of it. Don't blame me for your stupidity. Okay. You know who you're dealing with. Now I know who I'm dealing with. I've made a decision, and that is that I'm going to build this YouTube channel on people who want to learn and people who want to better themselves. I'm going to run this YouTube channel not like a free lunch. I'm going to run it like a university. If you aren't willing to pay the tuition, then, and I'm not going to charge you, but what you're going to have to do is put up with the way I present my knowledge and my experience. And if you're here for a free ride, go to someplace else. You know who they are. I'm not here. I don't need your money. I don't need what some of them are asking for. Now you might ask, well, then why do I charge for Palantir, or for not Palantir, for Patreon? Why do I charge $10? Because I want to generate some income to provide other people opportunities. This is not all about me. And I want to. I have Colin is writing a book. Drew runs the Discord. Jack does the what do you call it? The thumbnails and produces. These are people who I've changed their lives because I've given them an opportunity. I want to give other people an opportunity. So if you don't like the way I'm talking to you and saying that the responsibility is ultimately yours, and you're here in my classroom because you want to learn, and I'm here to tell you, if you aren't willing to do the work, if you aren't willing to do the work, and if you aren't willing to read and educate yourself, then go find yourself another YouTuber. I guess that's the way I feel about it. I will be proud. Well, I will be proud if when I die, and I join my mother and my daughter, if I can say through my YouTube efforts, I made a difference in someone's life. If on the other hand, all I could say was, boy, I made a lot of money off of YouTube, then I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. The other thing that and my commitment to this, there's some of you who subscribe to the channel and or support the channel for $4.99 a month and raise money for cancer. And I'm giving that money to the Birmingham Children's Hospital. And I have told you that I'm going to become a billionaire. And that's going to happen as a result of me disrupting an industry. I've shared with a couple of people, the investment committee, that's going to happen to the nonprofit industry. And to give you some feeling, and why am I doing that? Because I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference while I'm here. And I've learned something, and I'm willing to put my hard work and effort towards making this happen. Last Saturday, if you were paying attention, you know that there was a concert. It was called the VAX concert, VIX concert. And it was a group of celebrities who gave their time and their effort to raise money to pay for vaccines for poor people. And in a 2-hour period, they raised $302 million in 2 hours. And what did they ask for that time that they gave on their behalf to raise 300? Nothing. Do I believe that ABC and NBC sold advertising against it? Yeah. But that wasn't part. I don't know if that was part of the 302 million. But what that proved to me was something that I knew and something that I've been working on. And that is, there are a lot of celebrities who raise money for their charitable foundations. And they then turn, and I go to their tax returns and I see what they do with their money. Are they employing their kids? Are they employing themselves? Are they using the money to travel the world? No, they're not. They're giving it direct. Jeff Gordon, the NASCAR driver, last year raised $1.6 million for pediatric cancer. Well, that's what I'm interested in. He gave that same year $1.6 million to children's hospitals. On the other side of the equation, the American Cancer Society raised $750 million in that same year that Jeff raised 1.6. They raised 750. They gave 55% of it to their employees in the form of salaries and benefits. 55% of the 750, do the math, that's $325,000. They gave to their employees. They gave another 35% to advertising and promotion so that they could raise an equal amount of money the next year so they could pay their employees. And they gave 10 cents on the dollar to people to make people comfortable having chemotherapy. That is an antiquated industry, and it needs to be shut down. It needs to be disrupted. So when I'm not doing these videos, this is what I'm working on. I'm reaching out to these celebrities and saying, help me disrupt the nonprofit industry. It is a ripoff. It is a scam. And nobody is doing anything about it. So if where's the numbers? If Molly Cyrus can have, I believe it's 10,000 subscribers to her YouTube channel, and all she puts on that YouTube channel is 3-minute clips of her songs, What if Molly gave us a view into her life? What if I hired a videographer and an interviewer to spend 8 hours a week with Molly, and I created a YouTube channel and a Discord? How much could Molly raise for cancer, for finding a cure for cancer? With I got to work the figures. Molly, where is her name? Where's Molly? Miley, I think her name. Miley has 15.3 million subscribers on YouTube. If I could teach her how to sell advertising on her 15 million, if Drew could teach her how to create a Discord and give and let people learn more about her, Miley could produce $83,446,200 a year to support her charity. What am I doing? I'm taking technology, I'm taking their celebrity. Dwayne Johnson has 5.5 million subscribers. Justin Bieber has 62.9 million subscribers. Justin Bieber, if he would let me teach him how to build a YouTube channel and maximize its earning potential, he could raise $343 million a year for the charity of his choice. So that's what I spend my time doing. How do I learn to do this? I read constantly. Okay. I've had my rant. Let's see what my portfolio. I'm down $6,300 today. I don't care. I don't care. All right, I've taken up 37 minutes, 44 seconds of your time. And I hope I flushed the toilet and got rid of some people who don't subscribe to my method of, not so much method of investing, but method of learning, of teaching, of sharing. This is not about the stock market. It just came to me just now. What I do has nothing to do with the stock market. It has to do with sharing my knowledge, my enthusiasm, my passions to make the world a better place. And if I can make some of you a better investor, hooray for me. It's all about me. It's all about me making you a better person. It's all about me. David, building a community of people who want the world to be a better place. And for those haters of you, go find someplace else. I'm not the guy for you. I'm really not. And I don't want you around because you hurt my feelings when you say things like what you just said. I don't want you around because you're going to cause. What I have learned is that if I can stay focused on making you a better investor, and if I can stay focused on disrupting the nonprofit industry, I can achieve it. I can do it because I will stay focused and I will work my ass off to get it done. But if I have to deal with some of you who call me a dumb fuck and ask me to go away, you become a distraction. And I need you out of my life. I need you out of my life, because when you tell me to go fuck myself on here, my roommate steps forward and says, "Yeah, Kerry, maybe you should. Maybe you should just shut this damn thing down and and go do what a 76-year-old man's supposed to do. Sit on the on the sofa and watch YouTube and watch Fox News, eat Twinkies and drink Cokes and get fat and get diabetes and die. That's what you're supposed to be doing, but that's not what I want to do. So if you're going to try to divert me and cause me conflict, go away, because I got some important things to do. And I got some people that I need to help, and I need to educate, and I need to impress upon them the importance of learning, and how if you will learn, if you will gain knowledge, you will become a 1%er. You can't help but become a 1%er, because you become the smartest guy in the room. Okay. For those of you who are supporters, thank you. You have made my life. You have given my life meaning. And that's important. I've made the money I need to make. I now need meaning in my life, and you create that. I know that my subscribers are going to drop today, but what I guess I would ask the 270 of you, 72 of you, 75 that are still with me, let me hang up on this phone. Share with your friends. Help me build this tribe. I still would like to see it 1 million, but only you can help me do that. I have learned over the last year that the majority of people who use YouTube for investments are not interested in what I have to say. They're interested in being told what to do today based upon my knowledge and my experience, and they don't want to put in any work. So I need like-minded people. I want to build a community. I want to build a tribe of 1 million people who are willing to do the work and willing to help me disrupt. If you know, if you know of a celebrity that has, and again, I've cherry picked it. Will Smith has 9.3 million subscribers. As I said, Miley Cyrus. Ariana Grande, 48 million subscribers to YouTube. Can you imagine what these people could do if I could put them on YouTube and they would share part of their life, and that money, then we could turn it towards finding cures for cancer, finding cures for Parkinson's, finding cures for Alzheimer's, anything you want. I mean, if your objective is to save the girls who got blown up in Iraq, no, not in Iraq, in Afghanistan, if that's what they want to do, again, those celebrities last Saturday night on Vax concert, Vic Vax concert, raised $302 million in 2 hours. And not a penny of it went to a nonprofit that employs, the Cancer Society employs 4,200 people. And they pay them 55% of what they collect to salary and benefits. And I'm not just picking on the the Cancer Society. I used to belong to the Rotary here. I quit because part of my dues was going to the March of Dimes. And the March of Dimes sends their money to find a cure for polio. Last year, there were 7 cases of polio in the world. Yeah, in the world. They were all in Pakistan. And I stood up in a meeting with all the highfalutins of the Rotary and said, "Wait a second. 1,632 Americans die of cancer every day. And you're sending my money to find a cure for polio, of which 7 people a year die from?" And every year, the hierarchy of the March of Dimes get on a plane and fly to Pakistan to put needles in arms of Pakistanis so as to wipe out polio. And I said, that's crazy. That's crazy. And you know what the answer was? And I told him, I'm passionate about this because my daughter died of cancer. My mother died of cancer. You know what their answer was? Kerry, we think you need therapy. It's a screwed up industry. The nonprofits are profiteering. So that's one of my passions. If you know celebrities, if you know Miley Cyrus, if you know Ariana Grande, Dwayne Johnson, Seth Curry has he only has 3.4 million subscribers. No, 1.4. Taylor Swift, damn, I admire that young lady. She has 40 million subscribers. I would love to teach her how to raise what's Taylor's. I figure Taylor, at her current level, Taylor's potential is $231 million a year she could raise for the charity of her choice. Not charity. She could give it to her cause, whether it be educate girls and whatever. So, all right. Thank you. The 250 you that stayed with me, the 106 thumbs up. I feel good about my morning. I have a video to make. Let's see, I think I'm making my video for Wednesday or Thursday this morning. But I just felt compelled. Let me see what my portfolio is doing right now. I'm back down another $10,000. Boy, this has been a trip. Let's see, what's DDD? DDD's up 21%. Again, if these companies can show a profit, they're going to explode. This is a temporary thing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And I'll do this again whenever I think I need to. All right. Have a good day.